Hello, you're watching James. My name's James, you're watching me, and I'm talking about watches. Well, today I've got a first impressions video of a Pagani design watch. This one I did not buy, I was actually lent in by a person who bought a watch from me a little while ago. So a big shout out and thanks to Vince for offering me this watch to check out, to wear and to review. I really do appreciate it. It is so nice to be able to get some more watches in to create content and also just see in the metal. So guys, if you are interested in this watch, I will obviously going to leave one of those affiliate links down below. If you choose to use those, thank you so much. Do not feel any pressure to use them, however. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, do you mind clicking on that subscribe button? I would really appreciate that also. But let's flip the camera around now and let's do the first impressions of this Pagani design watch. So one more time, thank you so much, Vince, for lending me this watch. It is great to see another Pagani design, the PT1692. Obviously a homage watch. Well, they're sort of well known for homage watches, but it is a really nice one to try and get in hand to see what it's like and to experience. Thing that stands out to me straight away, something that I do quite like about it, is this is one of the first Pagani designs that I have handled that has the Pagani design logo and not the Pagani design name. I have nothing specifically against the name. I don't mind it. It's a little bit odd, but I don't mind it. But it's nice to see them do this. I think it's a nice sort of addition to the dial, as well as it sort of removes that sort of possibility of a negative of the watch. It comes in the standard packaging, bit of foam, spare links, warranty card that's not filled out, and some general information. It's exactly perfectly Pagani design, and it's exactly what I would be happy with when it arrives at this sort of price range. And of course we get the polishing cloth. One of the things I like most about this watch when it arrived and I open it up is the flashes of green on this watch. I think that's very cool. I haven't had many green watches or flashes of green on a watch. I understand that this is a homage watch, so it is not being original there, but that doesn't take away from how cool it is. You can see on that second hand that it is green, automatic, and the 200 meters there is also in green. Really gives a bit of a different sort of feel for the watch. And I have to say, if you've owned a Pagani watch before, you'll probably know exactly what this sort of watch feels like in hand. Very, very good for the price. Nothing to really complain about. I like how there's applied indices or applied numbers at the 963, and that 12 o'clock upside down triangle is applied, as well as that Pagani design logo. Everything else looks like it is printed on. Mixture of polished and brushed surfaces, solid end links, and I actually quite like these end links. They really do curve down, feel nice and solid. Obviously a solid bracelet, brushing, a little bit of polishing. I'm going to assume these are screw links. Of course they're screw links, and it is the homage style bracelet, which works perfectly fine. Nice and easy to operate. Fully milled interior, and we have one of these new sort of, well, they're not really that new anymore, are they? These new sort of case backs. I'll have to stop saying new, and this is the sort of the Explorer style of case backs with the mountain there. I really like how Pagani design has gone for those case backs now. I think they suit this sort of price range, and I think that something makes it a little bit different, a little bit special. No point showing off a movement that we've all seen before. There's no point putting a boring, sterile case back either. So that's quite cool. It is obviously going to be containing the Seiko movement, I would assume. I'll find out when I do the full review. It is a screw down crown. Crown does feel a little bit small, I'll have to say. Doesn't stop it being usable, but feels a little bit small. Manually wind. This feels very nice, this movement, nice and smooth and buttery, and obviously has hacking. And now that I'm actually using that crown, yes, I mentioned it's a little bit small. It does feel a little bit small, but I think it actually suits the look of the watch, and it certainly didn't stop me using it or being able to use it. So I think it's actually probably a positive there, even though I may have just mentioned that it's small. It has the Pagani design logo there, which I do like. I like this new Pagani design logo. I think it sort of suits the watch. It's a nice logo that fits nicely onto a crown level watch as well. Is it on the clasp? No, we just got Pagani design written there. I've seen that one before. But let's check out how this one sits on wrist, shall we? After I flick it around and around. Oh, just while I mentioned, male end links. I don't think that's going to be too much of an issue for this watch because it is fairly compact. And Vince, thank you very much for having our wrist very similar size to me, because I then didn't have to modify your watch because I don't want to cause any problems with it. So it is kept at the same size. and it looks very nice on my wrist. I do like this size of watch. It is a very nice looking watch on wrist, and look how well it sits down onto my wrist as well. Yes, as I said, homage watch. It's taken lots of detail cues from another watch, but that doesn't take away from the fact that this is a nice looking and feeling watch. Nice weight on wrist as well, well balanced. I like wearing watches a little bit loose, so thanks Vince for setting this one up perfectly for me. I'm really quite impressed and happy with that. It is not blowing my mind in regards to Pagani design. It is exactly what I expected from a Pagani design, but that is not a negative. That's not a bad thing. It is good that it is exactly what I was expecting, because I know what to expect and I know the positives and negatives of the brand, and it is exactly what I was hoping for from it. And then they've gone above and beyond just a tiny bit with things like those applied indices, and by doing that slight change with their logo there, because I do quite like that. I have mentioned that a couple of times now. All right, guys, because this one is a loaner, it has been lent to me. I'm not going to wear it quite as much or for quite as long as I normally would before doing a full review, but I certainly will have it on wrist for a while so I get a better understanding for it, so that I can do a full review of this Pagani design. And until then, I do hope that you continue enjoying my videos, and I do hope to see you in another one.